The year was 1934. The world was grappling with the Great Depression, a period marked by widespread poverty and unemployment. This financial earthquake had shaken the foundations of global economies, leaving millions in dire straits and entire nations struggling to find a way out. Amidst this turmoil, a financial instrument of unprecedented scale and scope was quietly issued, the 1934 Federal Reserve Bond. This bond was unlike any other, both in its magnitude and its mysterious nature. This bond, shrouded in mystery and debated by historians, holds a unique place in financial history. Its origins are cloaked in secrecy, and its true purpose has been the subject of much speculation and intrigue. It serves as a testament to the lengths governments would go to restore economic order. The issuance of this bond was a bold move, reflecting the desperate measures taken to stabilize the economy. The 1934 Federal Reserve Bond was no ordinary financial instrument. It was a colossal undertaking, representing a significant portion of the nation's financial resources. It represented a bold and controversial move by the United States government to stabilize its own economy and, by extension, the world's. The bond was a symbol of hope and resilience in a time of great uncertainty. This essay delves into the intricacies of this fascinating piece of financial history, exploring its origins, its purpose, and its lasting impact. We will examine the context in which it was created, the challenges it sought to address, and the legacy it left behind. Join us as we uncover the story of the $125 billion bond that helped reshape the financial landscape. Through this journey, we aim to shed light on a pivotal moment in economic history and the enduring mystery that surrounds it. The 1930s witnessed the world in the throes of the Great Depression, an economic catastrophe that had begun with the stock market crash of 1929. The United States, once a beacon of prosperity, was hit particularly hard. Banks failed, businesses crumbled, and unemployment soared to unprecedented levels. Millions were left jobless and desperate. The effects of the Great Depression were not confined to American shores. The global economy was interconnected, and the collapse of the US financial system sent shockwaves across the world. International trade plummeted, and nations found themselves grappling with their own economic crises. The need for a solution, a lifeline to pull the world out of this downward spiral, was dire. The gold standard, a system where countries pegged their currencies to gold, began to crumble under the weight of the crisis. Countries, desperate to protect their own economies, began hoarding gold reserves, further contracting the global money supply. This lack of liquidity exacerbated the economic downturn, creating a vicious cycle of deflation and decline. The international financial system was on the brink of collapse. Currencies fluctuated wildly, making international trade unpredictable and risky. The lack of a stable global currency system threatened to prolong the depression indefinitely. A bold and innovative solution was urgently needed to restore confidence in the global financial system. In the United States, the newly inaugurated President Franklin Delano Roosevelt recognized the gravity of the situation. Roosevelt, determined to pull the nation out of the depths of the Depression, understood that a radical approach was necessary. He and his advisors conceived of a plan, a daring and controversial plan, to inject liquidity into the floundering global economy. This plan, born out of desperation and fueled by a glimmer of hope, centered around a massive bond issuance. This bond, they believed, could serve as the catalyst for economic recovery, both domestically and internationally. It would be like nothing the world had ever seen before, a financial instrument of unprecedented scale and scope. Section 5. The $125 billion solution. The result of this audacious plan was the 1934 Federal Reserve Bond, a financial instrument that would go down in history as one of the most ambitious economic measures ever undertaken. This bond, issued by the Federal Reserve Bank of New York, was a staggering $125 billion, an astronomical sum at the time, especially considering the deflated state of the economy. The sheer scale of this bond was unprecedented, reflecting the desperate need for a bold solution to the economic crisis. This massive amount of capital was intended to flood the financial system with much-needed liquidity, providing a lifeline to banks and businesses that were on the brink of collapse. The infusion of such a large sum was seen as a way to jumpstart economic activity and restore confidence in the financial markets. The bond carried a 4% interest rate, making it an attractive investment for both domestic and foreign investors. This rate was carefully chosen to balance the need to attract investment while not overburdening the government with excessive interest payments. This high interest rate was intended to entice investors, encouraging them to part with their capital and inject it back into the struggling economy. The hope was that by offering a lucrative return, the bond would draw in a wide range of investors, from large financial institutions to individual savers. The bond's issuance was met with a mix of skepticism and cautious optimism. While some saw it as a necessary step to revive the economy, others were wary of its potential risks and long-term implications. The debate over the bond's effectiveness would continue for years, but its immediate impact was undeniable, providing a much-needed boost to the financial system. Section 6. Gold, the foundation of stability. One of the most intriguing aspects of the 1934 Federal Reserve Bond was its connection to gold. This bond was not just a financial instrument. It was a symbol of trust and stability in a time of economic uncertainty. The bond was not simply a promise to repay, it was backed by something tangible, gold. This tangible backing provided a sense of security that paper money alone could not offer. The United States government pledged a significant portion of its gold reserves as collateral for the bond, instilling confidence in its value. This move was designed to reassure both domestic and international investors. This link to gold was crucial for a world still reeling from the instability of the collapsing gold standard. The gold standard had been the bedrock of international finance, and its collapse had left a void that needed to be filled. By backing the bond with gold, the United States aimed to reassure investors that their investment was secure. This was a strategic move to restore faith in the financial system and to stabilize the economy. This backing, they believed, would be the key to attracting the massive amount of capital needed to jumpstart the global economy. The gold-backed bond was more than just a financial tool. It was a beacon of hope for economic recovery and stability in a turbulent era. Section 7. The Treaty of Versailles Connection. Adding another layer of complexity to the story of the 1934 Federal Reserve Bond is its purported connection to the Treaty of Versailles, the treaty that officially ended World War I. Some historians believe that the bond was, in part, intended to address the massive war reparations imposed on Germany by the treaty. The theory suggests that the bond's issuance was a way for the United States to indirectly help Germany meet its reparation obligations, thereby easing the financial strain on the war-torn nation. While the exact nature of this connection remains a subject of debate among historians, it underscores the bond's far-reaching implications. Section 8. The Federal Reserve's pivotal role. The issuance of the 1934 Federal Reserve Bond marked a turning point in the role of the Federal Reserve. Before the Great Depression, the Federal Reserve's primary function was to ensure the stability of the banking system. However, the bond's issuance thrust the Federal Reserve into uncharted territory, expanding its role to include active participation in international finance. The Federal Reserve's involvement in such a massive financial operation underscored the growing importance of central banks in managing national and global economies. It signaled a new era of central banking, one where central banks would play a more active role in mitigating economic crises and fostering international financial stability. Section 9. Stabilizing a turbulent world. The 1934 Federal Reserve Bond, despite its controversial nature and the mystery surrounding its origins, had a profound impact on the global financial system. The bond's massive size and its connection to gold helped to stabilize currencies and restore confidence in the international financial system. The bond's issuance marked a turning point in the Great Depression. It signaled a shift towards more active government intervention in the economy and paved the way for the development of new financial instruments and policies designed to manage economic crises. Section 10. A lasting legacy. The 1934 Federal Reserve Bond, though largely forgotten today, stands as a testament to the power of bold action in the face of unprecedented economic challenges. It serves as a reminder that even during the darkest of times, innovative solutions can emerge, offering a glimmer of hope and a path towards recovery. While the debate over the bond's true purpose and its connection to the Treaty of Versailles may continue, its significance in financial history remains undeniable. The 1934 Federal Reserve Bond, a product of its time, continues to fascinate historians and economists alike, offering valuable lessons for navigating the complexities of the global financial system.